My story begins when I was just a kid. At the age in which I started going to church, I really didn't understand like the idea behind what it was. I just knew it was something we did on Sunday mornings. I know that mom brought me there one day and I got baptized. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I got a Bible that had my name etched into the front of it. So that was my first official Bible. Fast forward, I stepped away from the church for a while, didn't really go. It's not like I denied the existence of God. It was more along the lines of like, I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. A lot of people say I'm very optimistic. I've always led that life. I always like to make people smile and laugh. But after college, I moved to Connecticut. During that time, I would put a smile on to just make people think that I'm okay. And I really wasn't. There was a lot of things I was struggling with. That was my first real, battle with depression. Depression got pretty deep. After work one day, I came home and I put my key in my door of my small studio apartment where I just felt completely defeated. I felt like nothing was worth it anymore. I was having a really hard time trying to find that motivation to continue to go. Underneath my bed, in one of those long Tupperware containers, was my Bible. It was the first time I looked at my Bible in a long time. And I thought to myself, I feel like I need to pray. I need to take a moment to just ask God. And I prayed for just wisdom and strength. My windows to my apartment overlooked the sunset. I was always that person that came home, just threw the TV on, made some food and sat in front of the TV and didn't really look at the window. But for whatever reason, after I prayed and I'd looked outside, and it was the most beautiful sunset I have ever seen in my life, ever. There was that moment in me where I was like, okay, there definitely is something more. Just like they always say, he will meet you where you're at. No matter where you are in your struggles, he will meet you there. I met some people through my job who went to a church out in Ashland and I ended up going to Connect. And Connect was that moment where I actually got to be able to be surrounded by people who were willing to mentor me and teach me. Depression isn't one of those things that just comes and goes. It is one of those things that lingers for a very long time. So there was a lot of time during this transition that I still struggled a lot with depression. But then over time, going back to church and committing myself to, waking up on a Sunday morning and being like, okay, it's on me, but God is going to be there for me when I'm there. All I have to do is show up. So I have to stop living for myself and start living for Jesus. I feel like most young people can understand this nowadays. The fun dating apps. I had looked at that app one last time and I was like, you know what? This is it. And funny enough, that one time I ended up meeting my now wife. That is one of the biggest gifts that God has ever given me. He knew that I was struggling, I was alone, and he brought her into my life. She is phenomenal. We ended up moving out to this area, so we're like, we need to find a church that we can both go to. And we ended up coming here. One of our greatest blessings that we were able to have is we got married earlier this year. We are so grateful that Pastor Matt married us. Something I love is I'm a part of one of the men's groups here. We have a great time and we love to come together and celebrate Jesus together and continue to deep dive into the Word. Sometimes I walk away from those groups and I'm just like, through all of the turmoil and all of the stress and all of the sadness and all the depression that I've gone through, it could lead to something right now where I wake up in the morning and I'm excited to have my wife and the people in my life that encourage me to just do my best every single day. And I'm just able to thank God. I know that no matter what, God forgives even when we fall short, and he will always leave the 99 for the one. And I'm happy to say that I was one of the ones. Without that moment, I don't know where I would be, or as scary as it is to say, I don't even know if I would be here. I now understand the meaning behind being baptized. Because as a kid, I didn't understand. I was like, oh, I get splashed with water. Okay, cool, awesome, I'm blessed, right? Now it's more like I am reconfirming that Jesus is my Lord and Savior. He will never let me down, and I will do everything in my power to continue to allow him to work through me, to move through me, to just build me. I'm really excited to continue to put Jesus first and continue to grow my faith. My name is CJ, and I've decided to follow Jesus. Yes.